Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to offer an
Is
amendment.
there an amendment at the desk?
The amendment is at the desk, yes.
Without without objections to order, the clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 79, offered by Ms. Plaskett.
Ms. Plaskett's recognized to explain her amendment.
Thank you. I would like to make an amendment to the Federal Buildings Resiliency. My amendment would require the General Service Administration to assess the resilience of its public buildings in disaster-affected areas and to report on plans for restoration of such buildings and the improvement of their adaptability to extreme weather. What this bill, the Real Reform Act, is intended to do is to save money, to conserve public resources that are responsibility of GSA. And that is exactly in line with what this my amendment does. Safeguards public resources and seeks measures to improve efficiency. Much of our country was impacted by extreme weather and unprecedented natural disaster. We all saw it on television, and I saw personally the walls and roofs that were blown out of homes, apartment buildings, and facilities from the force of wind alone. Federal buildings were no exception. For example, in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, according to GSA, in the path of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, there were approximately 1.8 million square feet in GSA rentable federal property. In the Virgin Islands, where there are 2 GSA-controlled federal buildings, both were shut down for weeks by the hurricanes, and one of them, the Almeric Christian Federal Building on St. Croix, named, by the way, for your former colleague Donna Christensen's father, suffered extensive damage and could not be reopened until late November, 2 months after the storms. These buildings house and support numerous agencies that serve critically important functions to Americans: Social Security Administration, Veterans Affairs, federal courts, the Department of State Passports Office, etc. These storms are only projected to get worse, and the people in my district want all federal agencies devoted to a strategy to improve on lessons learned in preparedness and resiliency. We applaud the men and women of GSA and their commitment to service. Many reported to work immediately after these storms, despite personal challenges, to perform damage assessments and to help others. This amendment is for their benefit as well as the taxpayer. Better preparation of the buildings and resilience planning will help to reduce major damage from severe weather and save property, jobs, money, and lives. None of us want to see again the type of devastation we've seen this past year, and so we must support better resiliency. I ask for support of my amendment and yield back.
Thank you, gentlelady. Any other members wish to be recognized?